Hey guys, so this is going to be an incredibly long video, and honestly, like, I don't even know if it's worth doing a video on this because there's been a ton of other people already talking about it, and frankly, it really doesn't concern me. All it really does is confirm what everyone already knew. Like, everyone knew this was the case, but
I mean, difference is they're not as base as we are. They're like, they'll probably do like milk toast taste, like, oh yeah, this is bad. They're not as spicy as we are.
Yeah, so like I've got really mixed feelings about this whole thing. The way it's presented, what we have, everything for it. It's like I feel like I just want to present it to you guys and show you guys what it's all about, and then like honestly, you guys need to make up your own mind about this sort of thing because put it like this: everyone involved in all this is like different degrees of dog shit. Not gonna lie. Like, what would you say, Garb? Like,
I mean.
Like, okay, so like, enough.
Like, I wish I could say no, it's not wrong. It's like,
yeah, no. Okay, so look, a bit of roleplay industry history for you. So, once upon a time,
roleplay industry.
Once upon a time, there was a guy called Zach S, and he was consulted to do stuff for 5e. He's written a load of books. I think his books are actually quite good, but he himself, a lot of people hate him, and for honestly, varying degrees of worthiness. I don't really like Zach because I think he's incredibly difficult, and I don't think I could sit and like have a drink with him. What would you say, Garbro? Like, I don't think I could like have a drink and like get on with him, like, but I do appreciate his work.
The thing is, like, I've seen Zach. He's not the kind of dude I hang out with.
Yeah, it's really same. Like, honestly, he's like straight up Antifa type, and you could argue that this entire thing is just the left eating themselves. The only reason why I really want to do the video talking about this is because, well, they've done the same things to other people. They did like, look, we had Alex on, you know, do you guys remember that for the Axe 2 Kickstarter? They got banned off Reddit. Same people involved. It's happened to Grim Jim, it's happened to the Red Room, it's happened to like Venger. There's a lot of people, pretty much everyone that's been kicked off of Drive-Thru, these people are intertwined with. Honestly, like, you know, I'd be a bit worried about doing this. Like, the other thing is, just by doing this video, everywhere that's covered it, like even this article was taken down within hours of it going up. People don't want, the people behind this don't want you to see this, and that is what kind of just makes me go like,
Well, it really exposes their dirty laundry. Like, no, we don't do that. You guys are crazy. It's like, no, we do that. Fuck you. Like,
yeah, like they've been doing it for a very long time, and anyone involved know that they do it. It's not like, honestly, it's really not a big secret.
This is why you can't trust liberals.
No, but honestly, it isn't a big secret. Like, the way they're going about this, they're like, oh my god, this is can you believe these people do this? It's like, no, yeah, we all.
It's like, yeah, you fucking dickhead. We knew the entire time. Yeah. You guys believe they did? Yeah, asshole. We told you they were doing it, and you did like, yo, stop it, you're just fucking insane. You got fucking liberal derangement syndrome. And they were like, no, look, they did it. Like,
okay. And you know what? The way that this article's focused, it's all about Zach, and if you don't like Zach, that's fine. Like, you know,
article just fucking schlocks on Zach's dick the entire time.
Yes, it really does. And, you know, the thing is, like, you know, I'm sympathetic towards Zach to a certain extent, though, even though I don't think he's, like, that nice of a person. Like, you know, I would definitely stick up for anyone who has had false LAPE claims against them, you know. That ain't right. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't buy into that. I don't think that's
it's cringe.
It's just, well, what would you say, Garbo? Like, you know, they do talk about that quite a bit, and like there's so much to this, and honestly, it's like a web.
See, there are certain power words. Like, this is gonna sound like, you know, kind of a shitpost, but there are certain power words you can say that will immediately get a response from both the public and like the justice system. Like, this man, you know, frapped me, and then fucking things comes because you can't just ignore that shit.
Yeah,
so
no, you can't.
People have to react to it. They have to the course of the well, if that's an allegation, we have to look into it. You know, find evidence. It's a keyword. Find evidence.
Yeah,
you know,
and like, you know,
but
we all seen what happened with the Me Too movement. Like, you know, it started off. Well, I do think the Me Too movement definitely started off in the right direction. It spiraled out of control pretty fucking quickly, though. Not gonna lie.
Well, it was quickly abused. The fact that you no longer needed evidence, you just needed an accusation, and like 3 of your friends who are also female to back you up. Oh yeah, I totally saw this. And like, well, when this happened 16 years ago. Well, god damn it, you know, is that kind of shit. Like, oh, it's suddenly now it's a fucking problem, you know, I will say, having been part of, you know, like a military police unit, you know, there are steps. You have to go, okay, like you get a call, hey, I've been sexually assaulted. Okay, don't touch anything, don't take your clothes off, sit on your bed, don't move. And we arrive and we take your clothes for DNA and hair and skin samples. You do a El Frappe kit on them, you know. I can't say certain words. Oh, it's a forbidden word on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Well, like the videos definitely go, like, honestly, like if the channel gets taken down, you guys know what's happened, okay? Because pretty much anyone who's been talking about this article anywhere has been banned or blacklisted, and I think by covering this, I definitely think me and Garber are going to have some form of like repercussions to a certain extent. But I'm you know, the thing is, I really don't care at this point, because Gumroad is honestly the best thing I ever did. Moving further away from YouTube and setting stuff up.
Coffee, you know, it's like you know, like
no, it really does.
You're banned off YouTube. Oh, fuck you guys.
I don't really care anymore. You know, do you guys get it? Like, the only thing I would say is, if anything does actually happen, if we do get taken down, check out the website and sign up on the email list, because it is the only genuine way of complete and utter. Look, you can find out what happened to us if you sign up for email list, and if anything does happen, I just got to put that out there before we go into this.
Garbro died of ligma. So sad.
Yeah. Now, look, well, we just go into this article, and honestly, there's so much to it. It's a dry read, not gonna lie. I was almost thinking about not doing it and just talking about it, but I feel like we have to do it. And honestly, like, look at this 57-minute read. Great. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of dry, and it's not.
We'll luckily skip around the boring parts.
Yeah, I think
she's like, there's a lot of parts where she goes like, and women, and like, oh,
yeah.
Sakes,
so look, I'll link to this down below.
I hate seeing women be the bad guys. Yeah, kind of shit. It's like, fuck you.
The bit that's worth it though is the audio recordings. The audio recordings are the, for lack of a better word, the smoking barrel. Again, it's straight from the horse's mouth. It is confirmed by quite a few different people that these are the people that they are referring to. Like, they are their voices. You could always be like, well, it's AI. It's like, well, I don't... Look, you guys make up your own minds. I'll link to all this stuff down below. There's also been a ton of people doing a lot of videos talking about this, and they bring up a lot of really good points across the board. And as I say, I wouldn't really be doing this if these people hadn't tried to do the same things to... Well, they haven't really done it to me, per se, but they've done stuff to other people that I am friendly with, and that ain't right. You know, that's all I can really say. So do you want to just jump into this and see what this article is about? Now, I'll be straight up, the article does feel like a pure fluff piece for Zach. Like, that's my biggest takeaway, and I think that's why so many people are so... It is. No, it is. It's really bad, and I think that's why so many people are so skeptical on this entire thing, but you cannot deny that, like, again, you could just be like, well, that's the left eating themselves, but they do it to other people that we know of. That has happened, so therefore, like, enough talking, let's just jump into this. I'm sure hopefully we'll be able to cover everything as we
all right. So the worst people you have never met, or what I learned during this is her title. Yeah. What I learned during a 4-year academic study of online harassment in the Dungeons and Dragons community. So this is a quote from Maria Fanning. I have come to terms with the fact that this scene has a problem with caring more about attacking others for perceived slights than helping victims and doing good. And I have participated in it repeatedly and refused to take responsibility for the harm it caused. Me removing myself from the scene is my way of taking responsibility both for myself and the others I have harmed / assisted in doing harm. Also, you're fucking wrong. You're so shit. I'm not going to apologize, but I will remove myself. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I'll just
Maria Fanning.
No, I'll just gone away and hide. How does that sound? I'll just gone away and hide. Even though I got caught with my pants down.
But look. This first quote here shows mentality. They're fucking cowards. And before they even ever apologize, they run and hide like little bitches. This is why I hate these people.
I don't want them to apologize. I want normies to realize that people lie about other people online, and I think like for all you guys watching, you guys know fine like you can't trust people on Reddit. Like you know that. I'm sure all you guys that have interacted with anyone online, you've came across someone mentally ill on Discord at least once. You
mean how Reddit will ban people for asking for evidence? You mean that part of Reddit?
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is because the tabletop industry is so small, there is a handful of semi-large companies, not talking about Wizards now, I'm actually not talking about Wizards, but other companies that like to push their own agendas. They like to, we don't like this person, we should probably get them, shut it down, as the meme would shut it down, as the meme would be.
Put someone in the ear, shut it down.
Yeah.
They know.
They know. Yeah, exactly. They know.
The chuds know.
And you know, the thing is, that's why I feel like I have to do this. I have to do this article because I feel like more people should know. Because again, if you're like one of those people, like for me, when it came to role-playing games, I used to only really interact with it on YouTube. I would watch role-playing videos, but that was about it. I like that and TG. That was the places that I went to. I never really went on Reddit for this sort of stuff. I would do it I would go on and read some of the stories, but I never, you know what I mean? And Twitter, I wouldn't touch Twitter until the past couple months, you know?
See, I gave Reddit a solid chance, and they have the most shit takes ever, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, well, like you tell the infection was really setting in like 4 years ago, when like they would just blame you for everything. Oh, you're clearly just not using fucking safety tools, or you're not being very PC, bro. Or like, I remember I said something, and I forget what it was, but I remember the comment. The clapback was, "I bet this guy has no black players." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I don't. We were talking about something about like how a mechanic works, and it's out of nowhere. I bet this guy has no black players. Okay, Reddit.
Here, I've got Hispanic players. Does that count?
I've had like 4 black players.
I don't know.
And the best part is, I didn't even know. I didn't even know they were black. Like one day we went on Facebook. I was like, hey, what's going on here?
Well, to be fair, I don't actually know. To be fair, I've got no idea if the people I play with are black or white or Hispanic, or I mean, unless they actually mention it, because like I don't really use webcams. You know what I mean? It's like, please don't show anyone how I live. Anyway,
show me your face. I want to see what you look like.
Yeah, it's not my forte. Anyway, look, let's do this. Let's just jump right in. I want to
see your lips move.
This is going to be. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is going to be a very long and boring video, but it's got proof that this stuff exists, and I feel like it's something that you could actually go and show people, because again, look, we all know that's all I got to say. Come on, let's do that.
This is an article I found I had to write in the middle of my research for an academic study, and it's kind of article where you need to state your credentials up front. I don't give a fuck about your credentials.
I don't care.
I'm a queer woman in a multiple. Don't care.
Okay, sure. Okay, for the last year.
Don't use your past slights or your sexuality as a fucking credential. Fuck you. For the last year, like that's a bad saying. As a prior veteran, I don't think civilians should own AR-15s. Oh, fuck
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh my god,
I hate those people. As a prior police officer, fuck you. For the last year, I was afraid to publish this article for fear of retaliation, but cancer and a few other things that have happened to me have combined to make me say, fuck it, and I'm going ahead. When you hear the audio clips below from the interviews I conducted, I suspect you will understand why.
And
you're going to hear people with career. Oh.
She took the article down within like 12 hours. So there you go,
bro. Like
there was definitely kickback.
She said, "Oh, whoops!" as the libs came for her. Like, how could you post this? Our secrets are exposed.
Yeah, that's
like I can guarantee it was not the fucking. It wasn't the chuds good coming after her. It was the fucking libs going, "No, you can't post this. Now everyone will know."
No. Yeah, right. Look, that's. I feel like I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry. Let's do this.
You're going to fail. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're going to hear people with careers and reputations in the industry, including people who did not ask to be anonymized, basically admit on tape that they harassed people for years and admit they did it for no real reason. I'm a psychotherapist and social research scientist who has worked with maximum security prisons with violent offenders and with at-risk youth. I have interviewed, studied, and interacted with a very wide variety of multiple felons close up for years, and right now I'm studying Dungeons and Dragons drama. What a fucking way to go.
Yeah. Well, you know,
What a downward spiral that was, my friend.
Like, who's worse than the people that are really into role-playing games? Or like,
look. Murderers are up front. They even tell you, I'm going to kill you. These Dungeons and Dragons folks, they're sneaky little backstabbers. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather talk with a fucking murderer than a fucking liberal who loves fucking Dungeons and Dragons. Fuck me.
Honestly, I
at least the guy tells me, I want to eat your face.
Yeah.
We both know what we're going to do then.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it, yeah. I don't know, I've met some really sneaky people online, like genuinely like nasty bunches. But anyway, look, let's keep going.
I'm sitting right here, James. Holy shit, come on.
No, fuck, you're a diamond in the rough, Garb, but you're not that bad, for the love of God, you know?
I hear the comments, fucking James is gay for Garbro, I fucking knew it.
No. Right.
They fraught. Anyway, so you went downhill to study Dungeons and Dragons drama. How did I end up here? How did I become the kind of person who hears someone say, I'm a fucking troll, and thinks on a plan to go meet them? That's kind of base, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, after several months studying incel culture. My years studying 4chan. Studying incel culture online, I decided I needed a break to do something less depressing.
I mean, like, have you ever talked to them guys that say, like, no, Steepman dated girlfriends, though? For real, though? Like, oh, like
something with lower stakes, or at least lower chance of being stalked and murdered in my bed. Okay, drama queen, calm down.
Okay.
No one cares that much. During the pandemic, I became interested in harassment in other online spaces and found a world just about the right size of study on a small scale. Pen and paper role-playing games, you know, like Dungeons and Dragons, you don't say.
Yeah.
Here's the gist, and please stick with me because it will matter later. This is history. Scroll.
Yeah, okay. We don't need to talk about that. Well, you know what? We could bring up, like, you know, because it's kind of funny how RPGs started, because, like, Dave Artisan and Gygax, like, all I'm saying is Gygax did kind of fuck over Dave. And then TSR fucked over Gary. So, like, you know, maybe it's keeping in with tradition, I suppose. Maybe.
Circle of life. Fuck the guy behind you.
Yeah, like, you gotta make it up some way. And you need to remember that if someone else's Kickstarter does amazingly well, then that means they're not playing your book. And that's a reflection on you yourself. So the only way to get people to stop playing their book is to just smear them in absolute fecal lands, you should say. Anyway, look, let's keep going. James,
I have a plan. You ready for a plan? Say they hate black people and watch them fall to pieces. Okay, so what I found out about how fandoms work, or at least when they are at their worst, was strange and alarming enough, and relevant enough to larger issues about how we handle relationships and information in 2024, to convince me that rather than just seeking out typos and making graphs until I was able to publish a study that sits quietly in university databases with my own other papers, I should stop and put together an article for the general public, which you then retracted because you're a fucking coward.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of pushback because
I wonder from who.
Yeah. And again, like, you could always be
it's funny how this shows how those people are. This article is written by one of them. So let's be fair here, is written by a queer woman, as she states, and it points out, hey, you guys are fuckheads, and they attacked her like rabid dogs to the point that she pulled the article. It's just circle of life, pretty liberal.
Yeah,
it's always the same old song and fucking dance, dude.
And also, I will say, as I said earlier, pretty much everyone who's been talking about this have been getting a lot of report, like, pretty much, like, you know, just flagging any and all their videos, trying to do anything to get them banned, trying to, you know, take people down. Look,
we must silence our competitors.
Yes.
Make sure they can't speak. If they cannot speak, they cannot resist.
You know, like, you guys know enough about the people that, because the people that have been stifling speech are always the good guys, am I right? Look, let's just keep going. What do they have to say?
I don't know. Those German guys dress really fancy, though.
Yeah,
irony is lost on them, dude.
Yeah, it's just, they don't get it.
We must silence the Untermensch.
It really is. So that's what gets me about it.
Am I wrong?
No, but
Come on,
that's a bit that really just fucking gets me. Like, it really does. Just watching them, it's like they're complete and utter lack of self-awareness. It's just mind-boggling. I can't get over it. Like, it's all the time. Look, let's just do this. Let's just keep going, because I really want to just get through this article, and then I can. There's a lot of other stuff we can talk about, but I feel like we can't talk about it until we do this article. Sadly.
So I sat on the phone with trolls, harassers, and their victims for hours, listened to weeping confessions, and on sometimes.
Okay.
Published author, LOL. I have papers in fucking Stanton. Traveled thousands of miles to see them in person. And to be frank, after 4 years of research and over 60 hours of interviews with people who attack fellow creators and fans over D&D and its cousins, it was all still so hard to grasp in any kind of holistic way or explain to friends and colleagues what I was seeing that I needed to write something just to organize my thoughts. Having just escaped the world of incel culture, I was not much interested in the kind of people that write shitty messages on Twitter because they knew Star Wars character is black. No one said that. At first glance, that kind of harassers see them both. Really? You're going to ignore the fact that Disney removed the black guy from their fucking poster? Fuck you. At the first glance, that kind of harassers see them both relatively well understood by my field and boring. I was more interested in those who, at least on paper, were like the people around me every day and who were what the industry claimed to want to be. Creative artists, writers, progressives, feminists, gays.
Yeah.
I know why right-wingers want to hurt diverse groups of...
Look.
I know why right-wingers want to hurt diverse groups of creative people. I do not have a handle on why diverse groups of creative people hurt each other.
Yeah.
Right. Us right-wingers, we just hate diverse people. They're so gross. I want a big old white Rhodesian southern Balkan state.
Yeah.
Like, they see one redneck go, I don't like colors, and go, oh, they're all like this.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about, is your book good? You know, did you make a good book? And, like, you know, I said this earlier, like, I'm not a fan of...
Did you write like shit?
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of Zach as a person, but I'm a fan of his work, you know? And I know a lot of people are going to be like, James, it's pretentious fucking artsy wank. It's like, well, I like it, and I enjoy it, and I don't feel bad. But again, can we not... I would love to be able to judge people solely on what they produce.
You mean on their merits?
Yeah.
You fucking madman! You want to judge folks on their product? That's impossible.
Yeah,
you must judge them on a personal level and their thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. Let's just do this. You know, an ultimate example is like Picasso. Picasso's a pretty horrible human being, but like everyone jacks it over his work, even though I'm not a big fan of any of that sort of stuff. But anyway, let's just do this. This is it's
okay. Right wingers bad, gay people good, etc., etc. As someone who has in the past extensively interviewed serial predators and murderers, I do not say lightly that what I found was genuinely despair-inducing in a way I never expected. In many ways, the felons I spoke to in person were easy to understand and less unnerving to interview. Yeah, no shit. Because they're real.
At least they're straight up about it.
My favorite RPG game. The author of the quote at the top of this article is Maria Fanning, who we all know wrote The Thirsty Sword Lesbians, who worked in the niche hit queer fantasy game Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and describes herself as an Irish trans girl who loves using her... She's one of you, James.
Oh no.
One of your people.
No. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Check out that. What was that other one? The Kings and Cantrips one.
Kings and Cantrips, yeah.
I can't believe I'm actually saying something made for 5e was, well, I suppose Thirsty Sword Lesbian is
fucking better written.
Yeah. Like, you know, like if you go to look for something from an ERP game, go for that at least. You know, I'm gonna. I may or may not judge you for playing an ERP game, but I'm definitely gonna judge you for the type of, like, if you play, if you're going
like the quality.
Yeah, like, you know, like Kings and Cantrips pretty good. Not gonna lie. Honestly, I would rather play Fatal than Thirsty Sword Lesbian. I think I would have more fun playing Fatal. That's all I got to say.
Soon, James. You know, we're gonna make Hungry Hammer Hunks, right?
Oh.
So it's gonna be a thing.
Right. Fine.
Okay. As an Irish trans girl who loves using her enjoyment of fan fiction RPGs to make the games with hacks she wants to see in a world, it's far from atypical.
I really hate the term hacks. Like, honestly, can you just say it's using the same system? Like,
yeah.
Or, like, you know, the worst one is I've seen a lot of people use is, oh, it's built on the 5e engine. It's like, no, don't be fucking...
The 5e engine, eh?
Yeah, it's like...
built on the same engine.
Please don't talk to me. See if you turn... Automatically, it's like...
Don't make me tap the sign.
Don't do that to me, man. Please, just don't.
If you're not familiar with this world and reading about it for the first time, I will start with the observation. Do you see all the audio clips embedded in this article? They are clips of interviews I did with harassers. That is my voice you hear talking to them. After researching this world within an inch of its life, I know to a near certainty that one of the reactions to this article will be that it's all made up, and I know that if it is countered with "what about the audio clips," the speaker will simply disappear, wait, and say it again later somewhere else. I also know the person who does this will as likely as not have an award-winning career in the game industry and a network of online friends who think that none of that behavior is weird or even especially wrong. In addition to harassers, I interviewed the victims, bystanders, and experts on the industry. However, I found that I needed almost none of what the innocents said to explain the broader situation because the harassers themselves were remarkably honest in explaining their own behavior. Every interview, quote, and clip you're about to hear is from them, the harassers, a community of toxic artists, game designers, and fans describing itself. You gonna put that first one in?
No, it doesn't work on this. You have to do it as like the video. So I'm just like, the audio clips is 15 minutes long here. I'm just gonna go for it, and we'll just bang it all out because this.
Make sure the volume's on.
Yeah, because this is the real evidence. Is the audio recordings again? I will
the smoking gun, if you will.
Yeah, like, and also there has been a lot of people that have said on Twitter, yes, I did speak to this person. Yes, I did do that. You know, there actually has been quite a few of that. So, like, I'm just going to hit play. We'll interject from time to time. But if you want the full thing in its full, links to it down below. Alrighty, let's do this.
Yeah, because it's so easy and like it feels good. Like the horrible thing that people don't like to admit is that fucking being justified and getting stuck in, it feels good. You know, like it's like you're some sort of like you're charged with some sort of duty to like remove the bad person or whatever. And like, you know, anyone.
We're gonna have to remove the bad person, Garbu. We're gonna have to remove you. We're gonna have to unname you. We're gonna have to dispose of you. Now, the thing is, like, you know, the thing is, a lot of people hate Zach for so many different reasons, but I really do believe the reason why he got cancelled in the end was just because there was so many people that absolutely hated him, and they, even though
they're fucking jealous.
Well, even though, like, that's the other thing. So Zach, very successful. He got quite a few very successful Kickstarters. A lot of people really have loved his work. He won a ton of awards. I think his awards are well deserved, genuinely, because I think they are genuinely good books. I'm straight up saying that, and you know what I mean. I actually do like them. I think there's a lot of jealousy in there, but look, let's keep going. Let's.
That doesn't feel good's fucking lying,
yeah.
Or they've got something else in their mind. Like, it's the same reason, like, you know, young men like fighting or whatever. Like, it feels fucking good to get stuck in, and like if you're doing it and you're justified, so many dudes are just waiting for that, you know.
Alright, so I'm just going to go out and say it. This proves that there are activists within the role-playing. Like, there are... there's a mixture between Yuri Brezhnov and useful idiots across the board. Would that be fair to say? There's a lot of people with ulterior motives and agendas, and I think, honestly, when it comes to role-playing games, for the most part, they've essentially won when it comes to role-playing games, for the most part. Look at how
correct. They successfully invaded and now can control the information sphere.
They control all the big forums and they control all the big marketplaces. If you don't follow if you don't like buy down, if you don't, you know, if you do anything that they don't like, you get kicked off the big marketplaces. Therefore, you pretty much lose any and all traction when it comes to actually selling books. If you don't have a big enough following by yourself, if you're like a new and up and coming author, and if you get kicked off of any of these sites, you're done for. No one's going to ever hear about you ever again, and it's very hard. And of course, they're just going to be like, oh well, you know what, they're just Nazis. And there you go, job done.
Well, it's also easier it was easier to do this back then because there's not as many outlets. And the thing is, people got tired. People got tired of the shtick. That's why Twitter's fucking actually quite fun nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Y'all are gay. You posted from fags. Twitter's going loose.
Yeah.
and it's one of those things, you know. And now it's like, you know, they and you tell them, you see how they try all the time too, like, you're just a Nazi, you hate black people, I bet you fucking you're anti-Palestine. They put all these labels on you, in the hope that one of them sticks. And people go, oh, he's a what? And then it's cringe. It's always been fucking cringe. It's always been fucking sad.
And so your fellow there even says like, yeah, like, you know, it just makes you feel good. I like, you know, because I'm a terminally online no life. This makes me feel like good about myself, trying to tear anyone down that I disagree with. You know, like, we've all met someone on Discord who is mentally unwell, let's just say, and just needs to, like, man, you need to calm down. Like, you know, it's like, I hate the term touch glass, but you've definitely met someone who does need to touch glass from time to time. Do you want to go back, or
stop being terminally online? You mean?
Yeah. Will we just go through all the audio recordings and then we'll go back to the article? Do you want to do that?
Sure, why not?
Okay, let's do that.
Like, at a certain point it gets very hostile, and I basically say, like, look, in 3 years, I'm going to buy James's fucking estate off of him for pennies on the dollar in bankruptcy court, simply as a way to spite him. And you're going to be wondering why the fuck you supported him right now. Which, I will also admit, read it as a threat, because to a degree, it was intended as one.
Huh, that's interesting.
You know, you can tell how they speak to people who have pronouns in their fucking bio.
Yeah, you know exactly what type of people you're dealing with. Now, you know the reason why James Laggy first got into a lot of bother when it like so if you don't know, James Laggy, he does he's a publisher for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. He's a weird guy. I'm just going to be straight up about it. I think he's a weird guy. I really love his work. I think he's very good at what he does. One of the first ones that got him into a lot of trouble is he likes edgy material. He does a lot of really edgy books. He's a grindhouse, like, you know, he like schlock horror, all that sort of stuff. It's not everyone's taste, and that's fine. You know, I got no issue with that. The other thing is what really he got a lot of amazing writers. This is like, you know, this is back in like 2009. He got a lot of amazing writers, and the reason why he got them, because he paid very good rates. Pretty much he only took 35% of the book. Back then, if you wanted to be involved with RPG books, you got paid pennies per word. Like, and still people get paid pennies per word, straight up. Like, you know, that is one of the reasons why I find a lot of older RPG books, there's a lot of fucking wordsip in them, and rules is written is kind of hard to follow, because a lot of the people that were writing for these books, they made more money if they put more words in the book. You know, and they got paid more, so that's where you end up with a lot of rules is getting being absolute dog shit, or at least that's how I believe is the case. Look, James has had a lot of issues. He's near went bankrupt multiple times. He refuses to do Kickstarters, even though he really should do Kickstarters. It would help him an awful lot when it comes to actually getting books out, but he's just a bit of a boomer, and he likes to get books done. He pays for the printing up front, and then he sells them all in one big go. So he does. A lot of his books are they're expensive. That's all I gotta say. He does do really high quality stuff. His prints are really good, and the secondhand market is amazing, I must say, because I've got quite a few of his books that haven't even been out of print for all that long, and they go for hundreds of pounds or dollars on eBay. So that's definitely something to check out. It's something I really like about him. He makes, like, he really does put a lot of effort into all of his books, and you know what, people don't like that, because he creates something very different. He creates something very unique, and he doesn't like that he's paying the writers very well, and therefore all the great writers want to go and work for James, and that's what got him into a lot of trouble. There is other things with James. He is a fucking weird guy. There is stuff about his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, being the Flame Princess, and in a load of the books, all violence against women, all that sort of stuff, because like the princess is always dying in horrible ways through like the artwork in the books. But that's a quick rundown. Honestly, I would say, like, check out James yourself. I'll be straight up, the guy's fucking weird, but I am a fan of him. You know, but that's the truth when it comes to, like, Garbo, are you a normal person? You're not a normal person, let's be serious.
You're gonna ask a question like that, we all know the answer?
Yeah, on, well, you don't...
No one who creates is normal.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who an artist or a writer or a sculptor, anyone who creates is not a normal person. Your brain has to be broken in certain ways. Yeah. To be a soldier, to be an actual soldier, not not these fucking kids who need college money, an actual soldier. You need to be a not normal person.
I feel like, as well, something that I have to point out is people that get into lighting tend to be fucking odd, and let's be serious, the average role player, average people interested in tabletop RPGs is fucking odd, so that means you're going to have an extreme end of the spectrum of extremely weird people that like RPG books. That's something that I feel like I have to put out there, because I feel like I don't know anyone who likes RPG books, anyone that I've interacted with or spoken to that likes RPG books doesn't have some form of weird personality traits about them that are very...
And then at the same time, there's two slices off the weird pie. There are weirdos like us who, despite the fact we don't like somebody, can still objectively enjoy the merits of a work. And the other slice of weirdo is they want to see you burn alive on the fucking cross.
Oh yeah,
for daring to be better than them in anything.
Yeah, like here, a good example would be like music, for instance. A lot of you guys are going to cringe, but I quite enjoy Green Day. I like the band. Do I agree with Billy? No, I don't. Could I sit and have a drink with Billy from Green Day? No, definitely not. Wouldn't be my sort of thing. Could I do this?
Well, I do enjoy a catchy tune.
Yeah, I do. I still like their music. Same with Rammstein, incredibly liberal, German liberal. So like that's like liberal plus. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I
know German liberals.
Yeah, I don't know if I could really get along with them very well, but I still enjoy the work, and that's all I gotta really say about that. Let's keep going. Let's listen to some more of these audio recordings and see what else these people have to say.
But we're just all determined to be the left that eats itself, and it's endlessly frustrating to me. I've been actually blocked by a good segment of trans gaming Twitter. I don't know how big.
But all 13 of them?
Yeah.
That they have me blocked. I'm glad that they have me blocked.
See the amount of people that work for Wizards that have me blocked. I'm like, man, did you guys have a meeting or something? Like, I've only recently started using Twitter. Like,
well, that's how they work. We must block the others.
No, look,
forbidden.
Here, look, that's another thing I feel like I really want to bring up. I feel like, look, if people don't want to work with you, that's fine. Like, I'm sure, like, there's a lot of people you wouldn't want to work with, and then a lot of people that don't want to work with you. I feel like a lot of people are going to turn this and be like, oh, bake the cake, bigot. It's like, well, no, it's not like that at all. People are free to do as they please.
Well, no, like, even then, me and you, we hire folks on merit. Like,
yeah.
One of my artists is a lesbian, and I don't give a fuck. Like, literally, I remember I got mail. Like, it's pretty. I remember I told her this, but some guy said, "I can't believe you chose her over me." I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, "Hey, she's gay." And I was like, "Fucking and like your art sucked compared to hers."
What the fuck are you gonna do about get good, scrub?
Like, why are you mad? She won, bro.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, though,
you betray your fellow straights. My fellow what?
I feel like for me, I'm more the way I work with people is I most of the time pick people that I actually like to work with. I think that's something that I think a lot of freelancers need to pick up on, is like, if you're likable, people are gonna like you again and want to work with you again.
I don't care if you're fucking likable. I want good work. You know, like, I guess that's why, like, I'm just a fucking boomer. I don't care if you're like a black trans lesbian who's also a furry. If you make good work, I'm gonna fucking pay you. You know what? Don't talk to me, but here's some money for a thing I want you to do. All right?
Stay away from me and my family. Right? Okay. Look, let's just hit play. Let's hear what else do they have to say.
Because there's a former game designer and now mostly fiction writer, P.H. Lee, who wrote a game, like, had a really traumatic childhood and writes games about, you know, those kinds of themes. And someone, like, basically, like, came after them and was like, this game supports pedophilia. And like, yeah, and then was using Gamergate style, like I have Gamergate with this person.
You know, the thing is, you could argue that this is like the tabletop RPG Gamergate of sorts, because it's I would argue, like, the amount of people...
Well, liberal gate?
Yeah, well, the amount of people...
Cringe gate?
Well, the amount of people that are involved in this do have a lot of positions and a lot of different companies involved in the tabletop RPG industry, that therefore they do have a lot... They can pull a lot of strings behind the show, alright? That's the way I would put it. And honestly, is it bad? Is it to the point where it's corrupt at the core? I don't think it should be an industry. Frankly, I think it should be like just random people that like books. You know, I think it should be like the random, like anyone who's watching this. Are you running the game right now? Is it your own setting? Are you making up your adventures weekly? Why don't you not write that down and like if you and your players really enjoyed it, format it, put it all together, and put it out online and see what people want. You know, I don't feel like I feel like we're at a point where we really don't need big companies. Like, you know, I think like honestly, you could have companies like that top out at like 5 people. And they would be very successful. You really don't need Hasbro. You don't need Wizards. You don't need Pies. You don't need, like, let's just keep.
Haven't you, like, unfollowed and blocked? And, like, that kind of thing. And it's, like, I like, lost my fucking shit.
But, essentially, there was this game designer who wrote 2 games that were about fucking children. That's what they were about.
Literally fucking children? Not hyperbolically?
About literally having sex with children. That's what a person they wrote to.
What was this book? Have you heard about this one before?
I mean, it's not really in my sphere of influence because I don't find a lot of RPG books interesting to begin with. I have a very certain, like, I like modern warfare and guns and stuff. So
yeah.
I'll try and Google it, I guess.
Let's listen out for it, and we'll see if what they're saying. Let's just keep going. Let's hear what else they have to say.
Games. One of them is more repugnant than the other because if you can, you know, I would rather they both be considered this, but like I'm going to look at, all right, a 15 and a 25-year-old is not as bad as a 10-year-old and a 45-year-old, but these are both very fucked up situations that people put on a pedestal because this person was an indie darling and no one ever read what they wrote.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And
oh dear.
This
and they're
person,
both felonies,
David,
not for nothing.
yeah, and so this person, David, is defending this on the idea of, like, people need to be allowed to work out their trauma. And it's like, hey, look, I dealt with a lot of child sex abuse growing up. There's a difference between I need to process something, so I'm going to play with some dark imagery, and, hey, actually, doing this with children, it's fucking, like, I feel like shit for doing it, but it's fucking fun. It's fucking hot.
What? What?
You say it's fucking hot? What? Hold on, roll it back. Hold on, roll that back.
I need to listen to this. This is really fucking weird, man. Like, what is this book? I've never heard about this.
Wait, hold up.
Like, what? PhD? I mean, what is? Wait,
what game are they talking about?
I've done a bit of googling. PhD. Do you think this is what they're on about? Hawkeye's making out. Hawkeye's making out is about a relationship between Honor, a former nobleman, and Thingy, his ward. They're both totally gorgeous and have the hots for each other. Also, pretty often, the people try to kill them. Sent in a remote village during the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s.
I'm trying to Google like what it could possibly be, and I can't find anything. PhD, is that what he said?
Yeah, PhD is the name of the writer. So, like, honestly, I don't know anything about that, so I don't really. I have no idea. I'll be straight up, guys. If any of you guys know in the comments, let us know. But yeah, that sounds pretty fucked up, man. Not gonna lie. Will we keep going? Let's see what else these audio recordings have to say. Will we go for it? All right.
Yeah. Go ahead. Don't give a fuck.
He made it one of his huge things to be against false accusations and to be really into investigating and really saying that, like, if you have not dropped everything to personally, you know about Plusgate, right? It was called Plusgate. The assertion Jack had was, if you have not personally taken time out of your day to thoroughly investigate whether or not this accusation is true, and you plus a post about it, you are 100% morally on the hook for supporting a false accusation. Well, I think actually there's something to that. I mean, supporting an accusation. Yeah, there's something to it, but to the extent that he took it, Like, yes.
I mean, like if it was me, so if someone tried to hit me with like a false LAPD case, and people started posting about it online, and I got a big hate mob, and it was quite clearly fake, I'd be to the point of like, yeah, no, you need to look into yourself, and like, you know, if you're reposting and tweeting about this and you don't know, then I would definitely consider you on the hook for that. But I feel like, again, a lot of people jump on bandwagon. There's a lot of hate mobs going about. You could argue there's a hate mob going about even for this article itself, that it exists. What would you say, Garblue, about it? You know,
I can't get in that mentality. I just can't. Like I understand. Like I can't myself understand this mentality because it's just fucking weird and dumb.
Yeah.
Like I always struggle trying to get into the shoes of these people, and I just can't do it. I don't understand how they can dedicate, you know, hundreds of hours of their life just hating somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or creating this mob to attack somebody, and it's like, why the fuck do you care? Like, how much do you have to care about something this much where you want to just, you know,
I think,
put in this much effort?
I feel like Zach had made quite a few enemies over the years, though. Whether or not they're deserved or not is up to you to decide. I don't really want to get too much into that because fuck me, Zach's dogged. That's all I gotta say. Zach is fucking dogged, and he is constant. Definitely suffers from some form of terminal online illness. Safe to say. Let's listen to what else they have to say.
Yeah, people jump on to mobs way too easy. They repeat stuff they know isn't true.
There we go.
Shocking.
There we go.
They repeat things they know it's not true.
That is, to me, again, one of the biggest things about all of this. People spread information about people that they know is not true, and they repeat lines that they know is not true. Why do they do it then? Well, as you guys said earlier, to destroy. It makes them feel good. You know, you're not part of my group, so therefore, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z about you and try and take you down. And you know what? Look, who was it that said it? What's the Sam Hyde quote? Let me get it.
Oh yeah, they don't see your children killed.
Yeah. Let me just get it up here.
They just want they just want to tell you you're wrong. They want to see you destroyed, your house burned, your children run out and run before you. Your wife fucking clapped on porno by BBC.
Yeah.
Like they want to see you ripped down so low to where you kill yourself.
Yeah, that's what that's a goal. That's to me is what they aim for. That is what they aim for. And again, you could definitely argue that this is the left eating themselves. This whole article, I believe, is a big fluff piece for Zach. Again, I feel like Zach has been cancelled for unjust reasons. However, this happens to more than just the left. They do this to anyone and everyone that they disagree with.
Like,
and
their goal is they know. It's one of those things where they know you're better than them in certain things. Like this book's better than mine, or TV show's better than mine, or whatever else have you. And instead of like trying to be better and beating you in the ring, they want to try and tear you down to such a molecular level that they want you to literally kill yourself, and then they consider that a victory. That they beat you because they made you, you know, fucking start a shotgun. And to them, that's victory.
Yeah, it is. It fucking is, man. And is this a shocker to anyone that's been involved in any of this sort of stuff?
No.
Yeah.
It's been this way for the last fucking 6 years, man. Like, the playbook is known. It's why, like, that's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Spread your lies. I don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Your lies, your opinions don't matter to me. To me, you are a fucking nobody who does not deserve my patience or my time.
And that's saying something from you, Garber, because you love fighting with people online. Like,
I like fighting over opinions and truths. If you're bringing out this outward lies that you have no evidence for, I don't give a fuck about what you say.
Yeah.
It's baseless, it's useless, and it's not even worth discussing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like, if you're going to go into the ring with me or someone else over an opinion, that's fine. That's fun. Like, I think you're a fucking dickhead. Do you now? You know, we'll get into it. Or I think you suck. Well, I think you fucking suck. But if you go like, you fuck whales, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or, you know, like there's no point in trying to. There's no point in arguing, and there's no point in getting into a verbal tussle over a lie.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, and this is why I don't really. I see a lot of people that try and debate people online. It's like, what's the point? These people have made up their minds, and finally that they're lying about their opinions anyway. Like, see if you haven't made your mind up at this point, and you're looking if you've been keeping up with anything, if you haven't been living under a rock for the last 15 years, you know the way the world's going. You understand what's going on around you. What has happened to comics? What's happened to movies, TV shows, all that sort of stuff? What is currently happening to role-playing games, although I think they've pretty much won at this point, and what is they're attempting to do to war games. Now, the only thing is that holds war games off from a lot of these political activist types is it costs money to get in the door. Something that
I was just fucking thinking that.
That's honestly what keeps war games safe. It costs money. Role-playing games are essentially free, so
free.
It's very,
you show up.
Yeah, you show up, and most of the time it's the DM. And honestly, do people even honestly? You can make up the rules yourself if you're that inclined. All you need is pen and paper, and you don't even need that if you really are that determined. It's a completely look. If you can play it in prison, then you could play it anywhere, and you don't need money to get into it. And that's how they manage to get their foot in the door. Let's keep going. Let's see what else these people have to say. So, what have they done so far? Admit that they lie about information, and they feel good about doing it.
They love doing it. They love getting quote. And I do quote stuck in.
Yes.
These people who are too cowardly to actually go into a combat or a fight. They correlate like being a troll online as to being stuck in like, well, you know how kids boys want to fight. The thing is, they're fucking cowards and they can't fight.
They are.
So instead of that, they're like, I want to fight you on Twitter. Fuck you.
Garb, have you ever had this? Like, I used to be wild for it when I was younger. I feel like this is something that's always affected me through my entire life. People have always I don't know, maybe it's just because I've got an abusive personality or what, but like, I feel like a lot of the time people just, I don't know, I end up getting into physical altercations with people. Thankfully, I haven't in a good lot of years. But like, if you ever got into a fight with someone and they quite clearly have never fought anyone before, and you turn around and you whack them, and they look at you like shocked. Like, there was this one time where I got into a fight with this fella, and he actually like started crying. So he did, because I turned around and hit him. But like, well, you know what? Don't get on like a bitch. Like, I asked him, it's like, are you serious? Say it again. I dare you. Do it again. Turned around and whacked him, and he actually started crying. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I almost felt bad for him. But like, I feel like there's so many people are so disconnected. This is the problem I've got with Twitter and the online space. You wouldn't say that to people's faces. You just wouldn't.
Oh no, yeah, that is a constant thing that me and my friends would joke about. Like, they wouldn't say that shit in real life.
No, you just wouldn't.
Because they know they're not safe. If you're in front of me and you tell me something rude, I'm gonna probably smack the nose off your fucking face.
Yeah.
And you can't run and hide behind your fucking Twitter moderator or on Reddit. You know?
You got it, moderator.
It's me and you in a room, and there's only one way out. And you know what? I'm in front of that fucking door. Good luck.
Yeah.
A lot of things I hear about me and all these fucking forum posts. I'm like, you wouldn't say that within 12 feet of me, because you know that I can outrun you.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like, and that's how the internet is. It is. It's a
byproduct of it. That's fine. Like, look, it is what it is.
First they use anonymity to the best extent. But if I know who you are, I say we're on Twitter and you're some jackass who posts like all their shit on Twitter, and I know who you are, I'm gonna remember you in your face. Like, people get to remember that. And if we're at a con or some other shit and I see you, it's on site. Like, you can't run from me now. I know who you are. I know what you fucking said about me. You can't run away from me. And it's gonna be literally on site.
Yeah, I don't. Like, let's keep going. Let's see what. And then this is what I love about this. This is why I really want to do this video, because it's something that we all knew was the case. And
yes, everyone knew. It was no secret.
And I feel like that, again, even by doing the video, this isn't going to change anyone's mind. This is not going to. People aren't going to suddenly have a revelation. They're just going to be like, well, this entire thing is about Zach. And Zach was deservedly cancelled because
this video is gay.
Yeah, pretty much. And let's just keep going.
So in the NBC room, what do you do? And I was ready to fucking go. I was, attack him on the goal. We spent a lot of time crafting the kind of some of those messages that everyone posted on Twitter and everyone posted on Google Plus, like it was a hashtag abuse is not a game or something.
Yeah.
That was workshopped in the NBC,
I didn't.
What did he say it was workshopped?
I can't even hear that shit. I mean, these recordings are so low grade and so low volume that's almost annoying.
Yeah, hold on, I'll play it back here. We'll try and listen to that one again.
Like, so in the NBC room, well, what do we do? And I was ready to fucking go. I wanted to, you know, attack him like a dog. Like, we spent a lot of time.
Attack him like a dog, spend time.
Yeah.
The kind of, some of those messages that
Crafting some of their messages.
everyone posted on Twitter and everyone posted on Google Plus, like it was a hashtag.
On Google Plus. See, that's another big problem. A lot of this fucking gay drama is from years ago. That's one of the biggest problems, and it's on Google Plus, for God's sake.
Not a game or something.
Yeah.
That was workshopped in the NBC, you know. I suspect that
I
people
didn't-
outside of it because they saw everyone posting this sort of thing in solidarity. It was like,
I did not know that.
That's the thing that's happened.
So, they spent time crafting the story about them.
Yeah, so basically they colluded in more or less workshopped a story to slander somebody.
Like, again, that's something we all knew. Let's just keep going. I feel
Yeah,
like
we knew that.
I feel like there's nothing to be gained. You know, the problem is there is zero to be gained by actually covering this, because everyone knew, anyone who's somewhat involved knows it's fact.
There's something to gain by saying, yeah, look, they did, and people go, I see, I was right the entire time. I mean, there's something to be gained by it, but no one's gonna be surprised by it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's keep going. Let's keep digging through these.
But what I'm wondering is, and a number of people have agreed that even, you know, and I'm making little bunny ears, you just can't see them, but even if,
Bunny ears, air quotes.
Yeah, quotes. Oh God.
I'm making bunny ears. Bunny, it's quotation.
Yeah.
and the other woman said is not true, it doesn't matter. Like, getting him out of the scene was still important.
To whom?
Zach, they're talking about.
No, but important to whom?
Let's play it back. Let's listen.
That Amanda and the other women said is not true, it doesn't matter. Like, getting him out of the scene was still important.
See, she says it.
You would agree with that?
Oh, hold on. No, play.
I think for a lot of people, that's like, I mean, I think that partially at the very least, but obviously the technique applied then is way out of bounds. But I think for a lot of people, they are kind of preemptively dealing with the guilt if it turns out that they're wrong.
That's an interesting way to put it. I'm surprised that they would even admit to saying, like, imagine feeling bad for, like, smearing someone with false leap allegations, you know? Imagine actually hitting someone with something so... Is there anything more life-destroying than, like, getting hit with, like, false LAP claims and made against you?
Bro, there are some dudes who don't survive the opening salvo. There's some guys who they're completely innocent, and they find out months later after the dude's killed himself.
Yeah.
But there's some guys who don't survive the first couple of shots. They go, "You've raped me," and then as their family demonizes them because they're all sucked into the great fucking media center.
Yeah.
The guy goes, "Well, fuck this," and they fucking kill themselves.
Yeah. I feel like, look, we'll talk about all that sort of stuff later down the road, I feel like, but it's not something that you should be... If it actually did happen, then yeah, you need to say about it, but I feel like anyone who accuses someone of something like this should be facing the same punishment as if it did happen, but to themselves. Would that be fair?
Yeah, that would be fair.
That's what...
However, people are like, well, we should believe all women, or I don't think she deserves to go to jail for that many years.
No, you should be going to jail because that's how many years you would have taken off them. That's how many years. That's what I feel like should be the case. If it's 100% proven that they lied about it, then I think they should be getting the same punishment.
Oh, you mean equality of justice?
Well,
horrifying.
Well, that's, you know what? That's a completely different story, a completely different video. Let's keep going with all this.
You know, let me find what he says here. So he said, after the accusations, you had a big conversation about it and explicitly changed the rules of the OSR Discord to allow online This isn't my interpretation. This is literally the decision we all came to. Lying is okay on the Discord.
There you go. Well, I mean, like every Discord's like that.
If you just change the rules for me, I can lie and it's okay.
Yeah.
If we just change the rules in the narrative, I'll be the good guy.
Yeah. I love this. I love this. And you know,
again, no one is fucking surprised.
No one is shocked by this. Everyone knows that this is the case. Oh my god, catch yourself on.
I need a second drink. I need a fucking ale. I need like my third ale.
Yeah, look, you know what? I might do the same. I'll be back in a wee minute.
Kind of way of thinking that he has. I guess to the letter of the law, yes, we removed the rule that said no lying.
Yeah, so we just like changed.
I'll just go and change the rules so that way I'm doing nothing wrong.
So what's this the next step of? This is the next step of online forums are heavily moderated, and they're moderated to the point of they're artificial, what can and cannot be said, and so it's pretty much groupthink, you know? Let's be serious, everyone understands.
Echo chamber.
Yeah, there's so many echo chambers online. It's busted the internet. Like, that is one thing that I absolutely despise, is heavy moderation. I just don't like moderating anything. Like, you know, like even like, look, prime example, my Facebook group, there's that fella that just keeps posting fucking femboy memes all the time, and it's like, I honestly, at the minute, I'm kind of getting sick of it. And it's been going on for about 2 months now, and like,
you're not wrong, but you're fucking annoying.
Yeah, do I like it? Not particularly. I feel like I'm going to get to the point of I might put in like a goal saying like, you can do this only at the week. Yeah, you can do this only at the weekend, and that's it. You know, if I said no,
post your fucking femboys the weekend. Don't do it during working hours.
Yeah, no, not during the week. You can do all bets are off during, because that's what we do with politics. Like I'm okay with, unless if something big's happened, I'll let people talk about politics. Like if it's something really big, yeah, you can talk about politics on that day. But bar that, keep it to the weekend, guys, because I don't want it to turn into something completely else. You know what I mean? And I think that's the only fair way to do it. Let's just keep going. But not news you already knew. Online echo chambers. Am I right, guys?
The problem that I have, which you don't have to be concerned with, because it's my problem, is that I'm, not first and foremost, but I'm a scientist, and even though it's a soft science and whatever, mathematicians would yell at me, blah, 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 I don't get to say things that I can't substantiate.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, and that's fair. Like, this isn't... Had I pursued any of the career paths I now find full of moral turpitude, all of this is extremely situational evidence at best. It's all hearsay. It's useful in compounding a bunch of other facts, but I'm not going to go to any power that be and use this as the smoking gun to stop this person, because it won't hold any water.
All right, well, there you go.
Well, shocking. Well, I'm not going to use actual evidence, but I'm not going to stop you from not using it.
Yeah, I know. I love this. This is so... and again...
But like we said, we've always known
we know this is the case. If you know anything about... I'm going to assume if you're someone who is here and you're listening to us right now, you are, to some degree, intertwined with the online world. You use YouTube, you may use one or two other social medias, you're interested in role-playing games, you know...
You go on Reddit, you go on TG, whatever.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to assume that about the people that watch us, you know what I mean, or tune in and listen to us. Let's keep it going, will we? Because I feel like everyone knew, you should only, like, make claims if you have undeniable evidence. Like, well, I don't really have that, but, like... let's just like
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that's just human nature at this point, you know.
No, I don't think it's human nature. I really don't think it's human nature. I think it's more of a moral nature between these two kinds of people. There are those who say, I could say this, but I have no evidence. It's simply the especially the U.S. court system. He did a thing, cool, prove that shit. And unfortunately, the internet does not work on that basic holy principle of you are innocent till proven guilty. Online, you are the devil himself until either no one cares, or you actually prove yourself being innocent.
This is one of the reasons why I'm not going to go on a schizo rant, but if any of you guys are interested in cryptocurrency at all, read about Chainlink and read about Chainlink, read about what it does. I believe Chainlink is the definition of the God protocol, and you can look into that yourself. All I'm going to say is check it out yourself, because I'm not going to go into that schizo land, but I think Chainlink will be the answer to a lot of our modern day online issues. But let's just keep going, because that's a 10-hour rant for me alone, and I can't do that to you. All right.
Mild, he was the center of information for everyone, so he would never. I don't think I ever put him in a lie.
You never caught him in a lie, but he was the guy given. So this fella made everything up, and they all went to him, and he was the main orchestrator of whatever information they may or may not have been. Okay, again, this is all stuff about Zach, but again, I feel like this happens to more people than just Zach, and that's why I think it's worth talking. Okay, let's just keep.
I don't want to believe that someone would either directly or even indirectly threaten someone's children, but of course I know that people do.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
And obviously, and do you? And I'm asking you to make kind of a
or bring up children for that matter.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like remember me in the fucking female space marine thing.
Oh,
did your wife fucking leave you?
yeah, you're gonna get that with a lot of people. Like, look, again, these people are aiming at what's like, what? It's an ultimate example. I feel like, am I going to be turned into Tim Pool now? It's like, this is just like Avengers. This is just like Batman. Why does Batman wear the mask? To protect, or where does Superman wear the mask? Why do any superhero hide their identity? To protect the people around them. And there you go. I feel like that's a bad analogy, but it's still true to some degree.
I guess. Do you think that was his intent?
So I don't think so, because he never really said.
That did not sound convincing to me at all.
What did he say?
They said, I'll bring it back a wee touch. Here we go.
I'm asking you to make kind of a emotional judgment, I guess. Do you think that was his intent?
Was that their intent to do this?
So I don't think so, because he never really said that.
So they never said it directly, but the way in the voice to me sounds kind of panicky. Would that be fair to say? It sounds like, no, they wouldn't have done that. No, I don't think so.
See, his voice says, "Uh-oh, she knows."
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me personally. And again, I feel like all this should be up to interpretation. What I really want to do with this entire video is just lay out the information that is available to us, and you guys make up your own thoughts on this.
Zach is really hard to handle. I can understand.
That is a fact. I feel like that goes without saying. I've already interacted with Zach a handful of times, and don't get me wrong, as I've said again, and I'll continue to say it, I do think his books are really good. Is he a difficult guy? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Why people don't like him. But I don't like it when people call him transphobic and queerphobic, because I am proof against that. I am trans. I wasn't defending Zach. I was just saying, quit saying he's transphobic, because literally he took a trans artist and put them at the very top of his table. So you don't get to say that. But you know how it is in progressive communities.
Well, the thing is, he probably did that out of meritocracy, not because she's trans.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you're trans and you as an artist fucking suck, no one's going to hire you because you're just trans. They want a good artist. And if you're trans, okay, I'm hiring for your art. I don't give a fuck where you're putting your fucking pingus. I'm sure Zach said, "Hey, you're a great artist.
I want to work with you." Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You're really good at what you do. Do you want to work together?
I like to cock G slap. Let's work together. That kind of shit.
That's what I would like to believe when it comes to all this sort of stuff. I believe people that are. Right, let's just keep going. Let's see what else they have to hear, and then we'll go back to the art.
That you want, as long as you're doing it to the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. as long
Exactly.
as they're the bad guys.
Yeah, and as long as it's people you don't agree with, you can say or do
The bad guy.
you can do anything to the bad people, but like, you know, evidence, what, make up lies about people, slander people, whisper networks, and try to ruin their livelihood, take them offline, do absolutely anything to unhuman this human being. It's our
Drive them to kill themselves and maybe make sure I'm the winner. You know, I'm tired of listening to these people. Let's go past. I'm tired of listening to these fucking losers.
do you want to go back to the news article or to the?
Let's go to the article. I'm also getting like the urge to drink harder. Listen to these fucking losers like act proud about what they fucking did.
Yeah. But again, look, links to that down below. I think we will go back to that, but let's just keep going. Right?
Psst. Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know what's pretty fucking based? Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties.
All the titties.
Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there. And we have a lot of...
It's sci-fi gothic?
Yeah.
Let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
Look, we've got big brains. We add shit. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. Also, the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy. Yay! Woo! Woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
So scrolling down.
All right, okay.
Here we go. So transcribed. So this is that one fucking dickhead. It's so easy, and you know it feels good. The horrible thing that people don't like to admit is that fucking being justified, being fucking heckin' justified, and getting stuck in, it feels good. You know, it's like you're some sort of I hate this guy. I says like fucking man child. You're charged with some sort of duty to like let's see. You know, like, it's like you're some sort of, like, you're charged with some sort of duty to, like, remove the bad person or whatever, and, like, you know, like, fuck these people, fuck you.
Let's just keep going. Right, so when I interviewed Brian
Yaksha, an RPG writer and harasser whose credits include contributions to D&D's close competitor Pathfinder, as well as content for the Swedish doom metal-inspired game Markborg, and indie fantasy favorite Dolmenwood.
Dolmenwood did very well. It released 1 million, so it did a few months back.
Why is he italicized? He described his experiences in a members-only online space for RPG industry insiders thusly. Oh, an online space for RPG insiders, so it's a giant echo fuck chamber.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vitriol in this goddamn room to the point that, like, if I were a much heavier person, like, there's a lot of fucking industrial blackmail material from it, because most of these people, all they do in there is shit talk other people I've worked with. Yeah, shocking.
Yeah. You know, and you know what I think that comes from? I think that comes from a place of extreme insecurity.
Jealousy, insecurity.
That's what I believe. And again, like, say when it comes to Brian, look, I make it no. I'm sure I like Morkborg. I think Morkborg is a great game. I honestly think it's a lot of fun. I think it's one of the best systems to introduce to someone to get off 5e, just because it's so straightforward, so simplistic. I know a lot of you guys are going to shout at me over it, but I appreciate it and I like it, even though the people that are involved in creating it do not like me one bit. But again, same thing I've got with Zach. There's stuff that I enjoy, and I'm not afraid to say that I enjoy X, Y, and Z because some person was behind it. And I would love to feel like someone could say the same thing about us. You know, I feel like there's people that I could. Well, you know what, James? I think he's a dickhead. I think he's full of shit. I don't like him whatsoever. But you know what? I like X, Y, and Z. Same with you, Garbro. Yeah, Garbro's a dick, but honestly, Villager's pretty fucking sweet. So, you know, and I that's a world that I would love to live in, and that's a world where I try and create, but that's just not the way it is in the world we live in. So
people aren't based like us, James.
Yeah, pretty much. I would love to be able to judge people. Are you telling me you want to live in a world where people are judged by their own merit, not by their personal background, not if they're queer or if they're a skin tone or
yeah, I like this guy only because he fucks dudes. Like, that's not how you'll be known.
No,
if I was known, I like Garbro because he's a beard. Like that's it. That's all you see me is a beard.
Yeah,
like I like Garbro because he's straight. Like if me going to the artist and saying, "Hey, I want to hire you. I hate your art, but you're gay. I want to hire you because you're gay. Your only worth to me is the fact you're gay." Like how. Like that basically, like imagine thinking, hey, I gotta imagine the heartbreak of being like an artist. Like, okay, I got a job. This guy does books. I'm so excited. And he goes, yeah, I only hired you because you're gay.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, not about your art or your craft or your dedication. And nope, I hire you because you fuck dudes.
You know what this
get in the bullpen.
You know what this also kind of makes me think of, not even joking, and I know this is schizo talking, but like, so I believe the whole thing with Epstein, like, you know, if you want to be part of like the
for God,
no, if you want to be part of the elite club, you got to do some shady shit. We need to have blackmail on you, and maybe could it be the same thing in these sort of circles? If you want to be part of the club, if you want to be in the ivory tower, we're gonna have to have dirt on you, so you're gonna stay on side for us. So like, you know, it's a way of entrapping people almost. Does that make sense? I know that's
it does. Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But do you get?
I can see where it could be validated in some ways. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Look, let's keep going. Let's see what else these people have to say. And he hastens and adds.
All right. Hell, let me turn your. Okay. And then he hastens to add, though never to the level of their shit. Yeah. Okay. Another RPG professional with a history. Don't call them professional. They're not. These are not professionals. These are RPG grifters. Fiona Maeve Geist, who has worked as an editor and writer on projects including the $1 million Kickstarter sci-fi horror Mothership and psychedelic indie fantasy RPG Troika, says of her younger colleagues.
I actually like both of them. I actually quite like both of them as well. I'm sorry. I quite like Mothership. It's okay. It's okay.
History of harassment. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I jumped the gun there. There's someone who has been harassed.
Yeah.
My apologies. So I read it as harasser because I'm just reading that fucking word in here. Okay. So Fiona Maeve Geist has been harassed by these people. Okay. Look, most of these people are used to fucking hate mobbing. Like, I'm not trying to say it's right. I'm just saying if you're under the age of 25, your primary experience of the internet has been akin to a schoolyard fight in which someone rings a bell and says, "If you're a leftist, get over here." And if you're interpolated by that, you run over there. And they ring the bell. "My tribe over here, please." And they go, "Oh, I better join my tribe." You know, you could hate everything that tribe likes, but the fact that you're part of their club, you have to go.
It's so fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick of this sort of mindset. It's everything about it. It's just, you know what it is as well. You know why I think it's particularly bad in nerd hobbies is because this
is why I hope for war.
Well, no, let's be serious. See, when it comes to nerd hobbies, there's a lot of people that, you know, maybe they don't really have good people skills. Maybe they had a horrible time in school. Maybe they don't really have that many close friends. Maybe they are incredibly lonely. And what do you know? They get into a hobby or an interest and they start making books. And then suddenly there's all these people being like, "Oh, mate, you're really good. I actually really like your work. That was really, you know, you did a great job there." And they let it go to their heads. And they, what would be the right word? Ego inflated, would that be safe to say?
Yeah. And I mean, there'd be a close approximation of what we're trying to get to,
and the way that they handle conflicts, so say if they come across someone who maybe does not share their worldview, and they're in this echo chamber, it's like, oh, this person's different than us. How do we handle people that are different than us? Well, the only way I know how to handle it is, as they say, schoolyard bully tactics. Oh, someone who hasn't really developed, maybe someone who still has underdeveloped people skills. Would that be a way to put it? Maybe, I don't know. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Again, if you've ever interacted with any of these people, you guys know You guys just do know. You've definitely came across this. So
another harasser, B, who works in the same cluster of companies as Geist, relates to the problems common to marginalized communities. Conflict is common because, right, like on some, I hate these people. On some level, and we all don't like admitting to this, a lot of our ideological conflicts are over resources.
Oh,
and we don't. And we don't like talking about that because really the reason that a lot of us think that certain people are bad is that they make money that we think should be in our pocket.
Oh, there we go.
Who could have seen this coming? This is such a revelation. James, my mind is galaxy exploding right in front of our eyes.
If someone is buying their book and not my book, well, you know, that ain't right, because they people should be playing why what your main focus should be producing the best book. Now don't get me wrong, some books people produce have very niche interests. There's not going to be many people that are going to be very interested in that product, and that's okay. But if you've got like a bit of fucking soul and passion for that book, then I don't think you really have to worry.
Why won't the straight man buy my Thirsty Sword Lesbian book?
Well, the Thirsty Sword Lesbian did very well. I just don't think they produced a very good product. Like that's
they did well on Kickstarter and put out a subpar shit product, which is
like I feel like that's the only way to put it. Like they just put out a product that I don't think was very good for the amount of money that was raised. I feel like there could have been more money put towards the actual product.
Literally, we're like, where did all the money go?
Yeah,
where did the money go?
I don't know. Anyway, what's that meme? What's that? Smoothie? Yeah, anyway, look, let's keep going.
Well, what you got there? Smoothie?
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. Right, what else do they have to say? The harassers can be shockingly candid about bullying colleagues to keep them in line.
Geist recounts an argument she had with a former friend, an employee at Limitations of the Flame Princess, an experimentally inclined game company that was the first to publish several influential indie designers and artists. I basically say, look, in 3 years, I'm going to buy James's fucking estate off of him for pennies on the dollar in bankruptcy court, simply as a way to spite him. You know, this is the one we heard earlier. Yeah. Sour grape bitch, fucking, why can't I be good like him? Well, you're gonna go bankrupt here soon. He still hasn't, by the way.
No, he's doing quite well, so he has. I would honestly say
sour grape sucking bitch. That's all I hear.
I feel like
nom all these sour grapes. Nom.
I feel like James is a good example of I think he needs to hire some form of like marketing manager, because I think he's amazing at what he does. I think when it comes to his actual products, top tier. I really enjoy them. I think across the board he does a great job, but he is stifled because there's a lot of people that, like, you know, there's a lot of places that he can't go. He's banned from a lot of places because, again, people don't like him because he's had people in the past. Like, this is one of the biggest problems that people have with James is whenever the whole thing came out with Zach, he didn't automatically throw him under the bus, and therefore that got...
Yeah, that also is a thing where, like, this guy did thing. Well, where's the proof at? You're as worse as him, huh? Like, if you say, like, okay, where's the proof at? They will go, you're as bad as he is.
Like, don't
requiring proof of crimes.
Like, I feel like James's biggest problem is selling books. But I do like they've got a solid fan base, and what they produce is worth buying. I've actually, you know what? I think we do. So we did Mad Scribe last time, and that's why I want to do this. I want to focus on people worth buying from. I've got a ton of Lamentation stuff. I feel like I want to bang. I've got so many of their books. Scarborough. We're doing Lamentations next. It's not going to be the next video, but it will be in the near future. How does that sound?
Sure. But it's one of those things is like, I was trying to had a point when talking about, but like it's just sour grape bullshit. Like, I'm mad that my tribe has no money and won't buy my stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, how dare Lamentate? Like I'm not gay, but I would suck a dick for like a marketing advisor to help me out with this shit, because I swear all of these this like liberal fucking forward bunny ears forward thinking group are they basically network themselves. They're basically a giant, their own marketing network that helps like pull in rubes to help do these Kickstarters.
That's another thing you need to remember, that again, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay if they want to work together and they want to do their own thing, that's fine. I've got no issue with that. Again, I feel like that's a big the cake bigot. If people don't want to work with other people, that is fine. My concern is being banned, stifled, and and your voice being taken away. That is where I draw the line when it comes to this sort of stuff. I'm not one, if people don't want to work with people, I'm more than happy with that. Like, you know, I've got no qualms with that. But whenever you try to go out of your way to get people banned and removed from, and this is another big problem, a lot of these left-leaning groups, they have complete control over all the big forums and all the big marketplaces, and therefore, if you're not in with that in-group, and also, by the way, see, when it comes to that in-group, there's a lot of dick sucking, you need to promote other people's stuff to a certain extent before you're allowed. You need to earn your stripes with these sort of people. Does that make sense? There's a lot of dick sucking behind the scenes. That's all I can say. But because I don't have any hard evidence, all I have is hearsay from what other people have told me. I'm not really willing to get in too far into that. Otherwise, I'm just as bad as these people. So let's keep going, will we?
Sure. The emission is remarkably naked, especially considering by the point she told me this guest is working full-time for the competition. Patrick Stewart, game designer, poet, and creative consultant on Morkborg, whose acclaimed Veins of the Earth was published by Lilies of the Flame Princess, describes the situation simply as in a tweet from the summer 2020, cancel or be canceled is the only law. I wanted to understand the process by which people with what someone like myself can only interpret as good intentions came around to the idea that they had to harass their own colleague in order to survive.
Okay, one thing I do want to say, Patrick Stewart, see that Veins of the Earth, I think it's probably one of Lamentation's best books. It goes into detail on cave networks, but from like a real world perspective. So think of, like, you know, when you think like a Dungeons and Dragons cave, it's not really a cave. Does that make sense? Like, you know, it's more like a labyrinth. Whereas this is, the Veins of the Earth goes more into like spelunking. Does that make sense? But
Veins of the Earth. Yeah, it's kind of the name.
Yeah, but it's good. It's worth checking out. But again, because Patrick had that big falling out, we're probably never going to see it in print again. And Veins of the Earth goes for hundreds of pounds on eBay, so that's something to check out. But anyway, let's keep going. God,
I don't even fucking want to. The first problem here is that if the most influential voices in tabletop RPGs are to be believed, then the most influential voices in tabletop RPGs are all charlatans or harassers who cannot be believed. This causes what researchers in the social science call, fuck that word, to get to the higher levels of the industry where Dungeons and Dragons, the Star Wars, and Marvel licensed tabletop RPGs and other household names live. You have to get through the indie levels of the industry, which is made up of isolated up-and-coming creators and acronymic subscenes like the OSR, PPTA, and FKR, etc. Navigating that is not easy.
I've never even heard of the Kriegspiel revolution. I'll be straight up with you guys.
Kriegspiel. Well, Kriegspiel just means war game in fucking German.
Oh, is that what it is? All right.
Yeah. So, to further complicate things, the harassers are all a circular firing squad. Actually, me and James are on a pedestal watching. Look at these fucking each other.
You know, that's what I love about this. I feel like I'm able to talk about this sort of stuff because I am pretty much by myself. Like, you know, I don't feel like
It's literally me and James eating popcorn going, look at these fucking idiots.
I don't rely on drive-thru. I don't rely on other websites. I'm pretty much self-sufficient within reason. So like I don't really need to worry about what all these other people have to deal with. But it affects, it's not good for the, like, let's just keep
these
going.
People and their little petty dramas.
Yeah, it actually feels pretty nice, you know. You know what the best thing is? That's what I do. Like, because even like, that's why I see even on Twitter and stuff, I straight up says like, yeah, I like Morkborg, and everyone's like, James' opinion disregarded. You know what I mean? So then I don't like, people just like, oh, James, shut the fuck up. You know. So even,
well, thing is, if you want an actual honest opinion, you come see me and James.
Yeah,
because we're not beholden to a fucking clan.
Yeah, I feel like honestly that's what I feel like. There's people on both sides of the spectrum that I love, and there's other people that I absolutely hate. And a lot of people are making good books on either side. I'm not saying that there's a monopoly on either side. Don't get me wrong, there's more that I prefer on another side, and there's people that I like to buy off, but it isn't the be all and end all, and I really do want people to be judged on the merit of their work than anything else. That's really my key.
You Nazi.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't say the word. Don't say the words of Martin Luther King. No. You know what? No. You know what the thing is?
Horrible.
These people like to think of themselves as Martin Luther King, but they're really more Malcolm X.
they're more of an Austrian painter.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay, circular firing squad, bang bang, me, James eat popcorn. While in A's interview, he says only Patrick Stewart is a bit of a prick. Stewart says Olivia Hill sounds insane, while when Olivia Hill's girlfriend, Francita Soto, claimed Hill was an abuser and that Hill's game designer wife, Philomena Young, was as well, Robert Bull sympathized with Soto, saying he had secretly had issues with Hill for years. See, the thing is, if you have issues, see, it's funny, it's like, because me and you go, hey, you're a fucking dickhead, quit it. Like we did it so many times. We're like, if you have an issue, me and James go, hey, fucking knock it off, dickhead.
And again,
oh yeah, sorry.
See, when it comes to all this sort of stuff, like, I don't know. I've honestly never heard of Olivia Hill before. I don't know Olivia Hill. I have heard. I know. Literally, I've heard of Patrick Stewart before. I've heard of a few of these other people before, but again, for the most part, I don't know these people. I don't know them personally, so I can't really say anything about their character or who they are as people. So let's just keep going. And again, a lot of this stuff is like, what are they saying? Moderator on the most influential OSR Discord forum. Oh, great.
Hold on. They brought in a fucking Discord Janny in the fucking conversation.
Yeah.
They do it for free. Accuses Hill of sketchy sexual behavior in roleplay chat. This is why, if you go to a service that says roleplay channels, get the fuck out of that Discord.
Yeah.
If you go to the Discord, you go scroll roleplay channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18+. You fucking run, my man.
Yeah.
You fucking nope.
No.
Sketchy roleplay chat and sending mentally ill people to harass her, while Skogan's ex Emily Allen, also known as Cave Girl and Emily Allen, author of the game Dungeon Bitches, fucking base name.
Never heard of these people, but
hold on. Dungeon Bitches? Dungeon Bitches.
Let's see.
What the
Dungeon Bitches, a queer tabletop
is a game wherein disaster lesbians get fucked up in dungeons.
Honestly, I like the art.
Hold on, what?
I like the art.
Hold on.
The artwork's pretty cool.
This sounds kind of base, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I might check.
It got removed from DriveThruRPG. How interesting.
Why did that happen? Why?
So this game, good on
so this
$37,000.
This is something that I really gets me, that really paints me. DriveThru acts more of as a publisher than a platform, and there's pretty much everyone that I know that's been banned from DriveThru have all been banned for political reasons. That's all I can really say.
Well, obviously, yes.
They've all been banned for political reasons.
On DriveThru, if you don't toe the line to how they want you to stand, they'll remove your game and say, no money for you.
Yeah, pretty much. And especially if you don't have any form of, if you're like a new person, or you don't have like if your name's not out there, and even for the people that do have their name out there, see you getting taken off DriveThru, that is a major hit. Like, for even people that have their own websites and stuff, from what I've heard, people say they lose easily 60%. Easily 60% of their revenue, if not more. For most people, it's like 90%. It's just DriveThru has such a big reach, and there's so many people that go on that, and you're discovered through DriveThru, you know? So, anyway, look, let's just keep going. That's a completely different video.
Well, hold on. So real quick, comparing this to Thirsty Sword Lesbians. In Dungeon Bitches, the world is harsh and cold. Polite society has left you with no place, so you've struck out to find one of your own. Out into the dark cracks and forgotten margins is not an easy life, but at least it won't be a lonely one. Dungeon Bitches is a game about queer women banding together. It's about trauma. It's about community. It's about pain. It's about survival. Most of all, it's very gay.
All right, a warning: this game contains gore, nudity, and sexuality. It sounds like a weird, 90s grindhouse horror movie.
It has the art style too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you know what, I'm interested. I think I'll check it out in the near future. But for now, we'll go. Anything that's banned, I'm automatically. It's like, this is banned.
That's off DriveThru. Get me this book now.
Yeah, like honestly, anything that gets banned, I'm like, obviously I have to have it now. You can't just say that it's banned. I need to find out more. Anyway, look, let's keep going.
It's on itch.io. Yeah, you can buy it now.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, so claims Skogan abused her, Cave Girl, during her relationship, though Skogan and Cave Girl had never physically met.
Okay.
Oh, probably just through Discord.
So it's like an online relationship they have, or what? Or
well, hold on, I don't know. Claims Skogan abused her. Skogan says they never met.
All right, okay.
Oh, Skogan in turn says Erica Muse.
Let's start again. This
Discord James.
This is turning really heavily into he said, she said.
Yeah, he said, they said apparently because I'm trans.
Yeah,
Out of Cave Girl is trans, while Fiona Maeve Geis, who is also trans, who the fuck cares, claims that Cave Girl falsely accused her Geis of outing Crab Girl as trans. While Brian Yasha concurs in his interview that Cave Girl is a piece of work and racist.
What?
Yaksha also says Chris McDowell, founder of the OSR Discord, Janie, is an egotistical jackass, and further says that two of the early indie darling PH Lee's games promote. The Bliss Stage and Hot Guys Making Out. Those are the games.
Oh, right, okay. So Bliss Stage and Hot Guys Making Out. Okay, let's Google this one. Hot Guys Making Out. Is this the one that... Yeah, that's the same one. So
so you'd find it.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's still on fucking drive-through. How curious.
Again, I've never looked at it. I've never read it. I don't really want to be... Anyway, I don't want to be throwing out stuff that I don't know. That's all I can say.
Promote child abuse, but Ash Kreider, blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck cares? In her interview... God damn it, bro. Respectively... Hold on. Claims PH Lee's enemies use Gamergate-level harassment tactics against Lee, including contacting mutuals on Twitter and asking them to unfollow Lee, which, however, is a tactic PH Lee's ally Whitney Beltran definitely did to yet another designer. Fucking petty high school bullshit, man. Just mind your own fucking business. Be a goddamn adult.
Yeah, I think that's it.
But she said, but he said. Man, shut the fuck up. No one gives a fuck.
I would love that to be the case, but the problem is for these people that are in this world, they cannot escape from it, because if they do say, well, no, I'm gonna behave the way I feel like is the way people should behave online, they themselves are going to be the next target of this abuse. You know, again, is this a case of the left eats themselves? I do think so. But again, as I said again, it happens to people that are outside this world as well, just as frequently. They target people outside their group as well as inside, but I feel like people that are inside the group are probably more at risk because they're being watched more closely, you know? It's like, what's that film from 1984, like the inner and outer party and the proletariat? Anyone who's outside of it's like the proletariat, and they don't really care that much, but you got to work out for the outer party, you know? You got to keep your eyes on those people, you know? Anyway, yeah.
Oh God, I'm so tired of this shit. Like to me, it's like these people are grown fucking adults.
Yeah,
like these people pay taxes, have pubic hair, they're grown adults, and they're like, but he said, man, shut the fuck up.
Just they're not even fully grown adults. Most of these people are in their fucking 40s. Like it's not like they're like 20 somethings. A lot of these people are, you know, like middle aged. That's the only way I can put it. Like, you know, these people have been about for a long time, and they just get on like skullgirls, man. And I would love to. Again, this is why I want to do this video. I want to do this video because it shows what everyone already knew. It shows that this is the industry that we are stuck with.
A bunch of catty, petty bitches?
Yeah. I think, see, this is why I
don't like that you're successful. I'm going to fight you online.
Garber, what has it been like for you for like talking to people? Like, I don't really, especially when it comes to like RPG stuff, there's very few people I have like seeked out to talk to, you know. Most of the time whenever it comes to a lot of people online, I just don't really want to get involved. I'm happy just doing my own thing. Like I get like there's loads of people that ask me to, God, can you come on the podcast or whatever, and it's, first of all, it's a mixture between time, because most people's podcast, it's like stupid o'clock at night for me, so that's just not going to work. But the other reason is I'm preemptive on people that I don't really know, and if I don't really know them, I don't know if I can really trust people very well, and I'm like, oh, I don't, maybe, you know, it's one of those ones. How you like it? Have you found, like, I've met some really dead on people though the last like lot of years, like really nice people, which I'm surprised by, but I've also met some really fucking nasty people.
I've met a few good ones, but like I've gone on a few podcasts where I'm like, these people kind of fucking suck. Like I know you enjoy Pundit's work by like being on the podcast with him and what was the guy that had the glasses who was a fucking rude the entire time?
Job.
Job. Yeah. I didn't like either of them. I thought they were like Job was fucking rude. Pundit's is like literally living in his own asshole at this point. Like I only like Vinger.
Venger's funny, so he is like
like Vinger. I was like this guy, I like him, but the two are fucking pricks.
Yeah, it's such a. I don't know. I like to operate where I'm comfortable. Does that make sense? And I don't know. Look, let's just keep going. Well, what else do they have to say? Or is there?
You know what? You read after reading this shit.
All right. So you see the problem: morality, policies, even emotionally. These two game designers have almost everything in common, but there is no space in the RPG community with goals that encourage them to talk to each other like healthy adults, or with social norms that suggest they should. Both see
No. Social norms do that shit already. They did that already.
But they don't, though. Like, that's the problem.
Like, the social contract says, hey, don't be a dickhead to each other. You're like, how about I do that? How about I do that anyway?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Both see the stakes as too high to back down, and both got attention and retweets from attacking other designers. This is another big thing that I see an awful lot of. I think you get a lot of... See fucking... Gabriel, what's it like for the gay drama with RPG people? What's it like on Twitter? Like, there's some really gay drama, and it's
constant, and it's like, and it's always petty shit.
You know what it feels like? Sometimes, I feel like a lot of the time it's like purity tests, and especially like OSR, I find it in. It's like, you're an ally, aren't you? No, I fucking hate all of you. I feel like
all humans are garbage.
I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, the biggest one that I remember that was quite recently was, how do you do level? How do you do your XP? Do you do milestone? Do you do by gold?
That sparked a 2-month fight on Twitter. People like calling each other Nazis and shit. Like, you're a fucking fascist. What the fuck?
Oh, it's so and it's fully grown adult men arguing about the most pedantic. I get it. It's nerd
pedantic shit.
I get it. It's nerd stuff. Nerds like to argue about this sort of stuff, and I don't mind discussion, but it's not discussion once you start name calling. Once you start name calling people, it's like this has gone beyond. I'm
beyond the pale.
I think it was T-shirt historian said it. Like, people like nerds arguing about who would win. Batman
or Superman.
Like Star Trek versus Star Wars. Like what would win, like a Star Destroyer or like the Enterprise or whatever that may be. Mm-hmm. Like, I love talking about that sort of stuff and arguing about that sort of stuff. And all I'm saying is 40k would absolutely solo Star Wars. The only thing that Star Wars has on 40k is its faster than light capabilities. That's all I gotta say. And if you have any other opinions, well, you're wrong. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. That's what I would love. That's what I would love the case to be. I would love it if we could just argue about that sort of stuff. But we don't, and I don't know. I'm happy I don't get involved in any of this sort of stuff, and I'm just, you know what? Do you want to just? I couldn't even be arsed reading any more of this fucking article. It's dribble. It's fucking dribble, man. I'll link to other people that have went through it in greater detail than us. I'll put in all the links. I'll put in other people's videos. Grim Jim's been doing a load of videos. Your man Tankard, or whatever you call him, he's done some videos talking about it. There's been Pundit, we talked about him earlier, he did a big live stream talking about it. Loads of people have been talking about it. Fucking Lord Matthews did a video like summing it up quite nicely earlier today. I was watching it, and I wish this wasn't the case. That's really what it comes down to. I wish that people could just produce cool books and people could enjoy cool books, and like I wish what we could do is we could be a better version of Wizards. Like, I'm so blackpilled on Wizards. I don't want to talk about Wizards anymore. I don't want to bring them up. I want to focus on people that are producing high quality books. And I want to do people from every end of the spectrum, and that's why I wanted to do Mad Scribe first. Mad Scribe does that. He has people from all over that are contributing towards that magazine, and that's why I thought it was a good place to start, because he has a lot of the same mindset as me when it comes to this sort of stuff. The focus should be on the product, not the person behind it, and I think we're really stuck on that quite a bit. Fuck, we're almost 2 hours in, man. What are we gonna do? Do you want to finish off the audio recordings?
I don't see what we're gonna learn from that we don't even know. Like this whole thing is just disappointing because it turns out the cartoon villain swirling mustache asshole is a mustache swirling cartoon villain.
Yeah.
Like it's just wow, gay. Like it's like. It's just like it's not even it's like the new gay. It's not even the old gay. Like this is gay. You're gay for doing this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You suck. Like it's just like it's just fucking cringe.
And you know what? And whisper networks, people that are always up to do good, people that spread fucking lies and rumors, people that just won't fucking set their phone down for 5 minutes and be like, let's go after this person.
Yeah.
And look, that I'm just gonna go out here and say it ain't exclusively on the left because it happens on the right as well, just not as often, but it does happen. It does happen, and I've seen it happen. I'm just fucking tired of it. Let's see what these people have to say. This is a big.
It's like stop being a sour grape sucking bitch online.
Yeah. God. Can you just like spend more time instead of on Twitter? You know,
go touch grass.
Yeah, go touch grass. Work on your book,
or go work like pundit. Shut the fuck up on Twitter and go make a goddamn book. Jesus Christ.
I've got nothing to say about that. Let's keep going. I'm not getting involved. Jesus, I don't want to hear any of that shit.
Yeah, so people like that stuff did happen to Zach and Amanda. Like, I watched her face reading death threats online. Like, that shit did happen.
You know, it's been a while since I've got any, like, good death threats, not gonna lie. It actually has been, like, a couple of years, I think, since I got, like, a decent one. Have you got one recently, Garber? Any decent ones?
I was been aware that someone, like, doxed my house over a VTuber. That's the most recent one.
Wow. What would your response be? Come, please, I beg you.
Literally, like, I'll be your fucking Huckleberry. Show up, motherfucker. See what happens. Let's fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Like, people know who I am.
Yeah.
I have a bathroom gun, for God's sake. By all means, show it to my house. Pick a date.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
See a large body, and they see someone who is not white, and they make a number of assumptions, and, like, Zach shut shit down.
Pause.
Yeah.
This guy's voice is just... You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, but I'll...
Like, you know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean here?
I am going to focus on their words, Garblue. That's all I can say. This isn't gum.
I judge them on every level, you know me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. You know what I got?
Absolute cocksucker voice, dude. Holy shit.
You know what I got fucking last night? So me and Megan were playing COD, and we end up in a lobby, and I'm not even joking. Fuck it, I'm just gonna put this in. There was a guy, and he sounded like fucking, you know, the Waltzers? You know the guy from the Waltzers? Let me just bring this across, Garblue. I had literally this fucking guy in the COD lobby.
Somebody scream!
Okay, let's go!
You know, I'm gonna say it. Eugenics is not a bad idea.
He was a proper British geezer. So he was.
Proper British geezer.
Yeah, he was.
Have a point.
You know what really offended me? He thought I was German. Like, man. Seriously?
German? What?
I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that, but I think that was the most insulting.
Oi, are you a German?
What? Right, okay, let's just keep going.
My friend, like, literally stopped the mid-sentence and said, if you keep fucking up, I will throw you out of this fucking game.
And
right?
I think that
there are reasons that he was a person that we admired, you know, on some levels, right? He talked a lot about wanting to leave and not deal with this conflict anymore, you know, and, like, pass things on to people and exist as a threat that would come back if people fucked with, like, the people that he wanted to see succeed. And, you know, like, the depressing thing is that, like, you know, the discussion with the three of us that were kind of tapped for a follow-up thing that he was kind of talking about was largely about whether or not we felt okay with, like, that level of proximity. right? Like,
so one of the things I think what Zach really wants is, so Zach's been cancelled by all these people, and he used to be like high up with all these people. He used to be like, you know, really influential within this group, and I think what he really wants.
Well, I mean, you're friends with snakes, man.
Yeah.
Like, you think you made friends? Guess what? You're in a fucking snake pit, and they're all putting their fangs in.
I don't know why he wants to. I think
go back.
Yeah, I don't know why he wants to go back. I think these people don't like him.
Oh, all these snakes bit me. I miss them so much. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
If I was Zach personally, what I would do is I would just focus on myself, let go of the past, and focus on making high quality books and beat them at their own game. They're jealous of your success, then go hard at it. He's taken a lot of people to court over
and won a lot of times too.
Yeah, he's taken them to court 4 times. But what happens is these people make like fundraisers, and then they build like everything that like their liability gets paid off. So it doesn't actually hurt these people at all, because there's enough people that hate Zach that they'll pay it off. And I think that's what Zach really wants from doing these lawsuits. He wants to vindicate his name. He wants to not. He wants to go back in time almost. And I don't think he can. I think these people just hate him.
Just move on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, if people fucking stab you in the back this many times, why do you want to go back to those fucking people?
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
Don't, just let it go. Just let it go.
I know they killed me once, but I know they won't do it again.
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking break.
All I can say is I actually am genuinely sympathetic towards Zach, even though...
If he goes back, I won't be.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And the question wasn't, can we work together? It wasn't, are we friends? It wasn't, is this a way of making money? It wasn't, like all the questions that you normally have to ask about a project were not there.
Wait, which 3 adults?
I don't know if this is public information. I think that if you stated this publicly, Zach would ask me to produce evidence, and the answer is most of these conversations were in person. Zach pretty openly stated that he wanted me, Mabel, and Bartery to replace him. He wanted us to do Demon City 2. He wanted, basically to give us money and say, write whatever the fuck you want, and bring it to me whenever you think it's good. And I'll edit it, and I'll do art for it, and I'll tell you what to fix in it. But, basically, he wanted to be the back end for 3 trans women.
Right, so Zach wants to do the whole representation thing, which, you know what? I actually think Demon City looks pretty cool. I can't really say too much else about it. What can I say? I'm trying to think what I can say, because again, a lot of this stuff is so I don't want to state anything that I can't back up.
Live down.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. So Demon City was the Kickstarter they did for this book happened. He had it, the book, the Kickstarter was done, it was very successful, it raised a lot of money, and they had paid the formatter, and the formatter essentially, from my understanding, now this might not be the case, but they paid the formatter to format the book, and they pretty much, whenever Zach got accused of all this stuff, they just legged it and took the money, and a lot of people still haven't got, I think the PDFs are out now, but that was after 5 years or 4 years, the PDFs finally came out for Demon City, and I don't know if they're gonna, I don't think they're ever gonna be in print, I don't think they're gonna get their printed books for Demon City. I don't think it will ever be in print, because the money from it is all gone, because they paid a lot of people for their work, and a lot of people bailed on the project, and to me, I would argue that's theft. If it be straight up, well, it
is because they're privy to the entire meat of the book, and if they take that, they go and publish it themselves. That's literally gonna be theft.
Well, they didn't post it themselves. They were paid to do the work, and then they don't do the work.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that's basically stealing. But that's like small claims court. This guy, we had a verbal contract, written contract, or an agreement contract via Discord, whatever, and then he just didn't do the work, and that's all civil court shit.
Yeah, it's still it's sketch. It's sketch. But look, we'll finish this off, and then that'll be us. Because honestly, I feel like we're just repeating ourselves at this point. There's a few people that have put up really good points on Twitter, though. I would like to cover their takes, though.
through this, Shu messages me directly, and I say don't, right?
What did the message say?
Fuck if I know. Basically, says, like, stop throwing me into the bus type shit, and I say, like, this is a boundary, you're crossing a boundary. You know, I say that in actually pretty articulate words. I basically say, like, I do not want to have this conversation with you. I do not want to have this conversation in private. There is a power imbalance. I am talking about your role as a mod, and you are directly contacting me.
Okay.
She steamrolls that, info dumps, like, a multi-paragraph explanation about their feelings as though I've read it multiple times, and I refuse to acknowledge it and continue on the server.
Okay.
Corruption on Discord, sir. Oh, like, it's like, have you ever met a trustworthy Discord moderator? Like, let's be serious. I've said this before. I've said it before, and I feel like it's like politicians, people that seek power should never be trusted. If someone comes and asks, like, if someone decides, oh, I'm going to become a politician, that is the worst person you ever want to give power to, because they should never be trusted with power. Same with Discord moderators. Anyone...
You shouldn't want it.
No.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't want it. And I think that's a huge issue when it comes to online. People that have... And also, it's the people that are attracted to these positions, I find, do not have much control over their real lives. So therefore, they kind of go a bit power mad when it comes to, like, because they can control other people online, and I find I've seen it happen quite a number of times where it just goes to people's heads very quickly, and it is fucking dangerous, man. That's all I can say. The power of autism. That's all. Like, let's keep going.
And, like, go away, and because I'm still getting messages, and, like, you know, and panicking because I don't like conflict, and I don't like any of this shit. I don't like any of it. I don't want it. It is a thing that I would like to be as far fucking away from as possible. I finally go back, I write in the server, this is how I was directly contacted by someone that I am describing. I do not feel safe here. I do not feel like this is a safe space. I do not feel like this is acceptable. I do not think that you can have power if you try to have a private conversation with a person to influence their, like, response. Calling this throwing someone under a bus is, like, fucking insulting. I'm not throwing you under a bus. If I was throwing you under a bus, I would say you're unfit to be a fucking mod because of the fact that you're an unfit person. And I would attack your personhood. If I say the action you took is fucking harmful to people, then I'm talking about the fucking action. And you need to have the fucking adulthood in you to get the fucking cock out of your mouth, get your fucking brain together like anyone gave you something to think with, and fucking imagine that you're not the center of the fucking universe. And people that identify strongly with children as a means of being selfish are people who don't have any fucking ability to be an adult about being told how to behave.
Telling people how to behave online, it's almost pointless. Let's be serious. Expecting people to behave themselves online is almost impossible. Like, let's fucking not try and kid ourselves. It just isn't really a thing. So, like, will you go? I wanna just post a few people's takes on Twitter that I saw that I think are worth bringing up. I will link to absolutely everything that I can down below, and I'll try and update the links. Of course, a lot of stuff has been coming out. There's a lot of new stuff, but I don't really want to be covering this any further because, again, it's just confirming what we already knew, and I don't want to entangle myself with fucking snakes. If I be honest with you, I'm happy where I am, and honestly, we could have very easily not spoken about this at all, but I've seen it happen to people outside their sphere, and I feel like that quote is one of the best ones when it comes to it, because I feel like most leftists would agree with it the most. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I'm not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. And that's the way I see it with these people. We've seen it happen time and time again, and they're dangerous.
It's only just begun.
It's only just begun. So, do you want to go with this one? What T-shirt's view on it is?
Yeah, I just saw this pop up actually.
Yeah.
So, even if this doesn't concern you directly, it gives you some insight as to how these targeted smear campaigns work and what the ethics of the people behind them are like. It's also an eye-opener in that you might have supported some of them inadvertently.
Yeah, and I think that's, even if you're not involved with it, it's still it's a look behind the curtains to see what's actually going on, and that's one of the ones that I thought was like, well, you know what, that's not a bad take. What do you call her? Harmony? What do you call your woman? She had a pretty good.
Harmony Ginger.
Yeah. She had a good take.
My woman. What the fuck's that mean?
No, your woman. She's on. She goes on t-shirts one from time to time. Will we go with this one? Okay,
He says okay. I'll tweet about the harassment article. Haven't been the victim of a harassment campaign, but I know some in TTRPG circles who have. Why does it seem like TTRPG communities have a bigger problem with harassment than other online spaces? My hypothesis in the replies. I think a combination of several factors are going on, but a big one is prevalent mental illness. Something about TTRPGs attracts some people who struggle with mental illness, and TTRPG nerds are accepting and don't tend to encourage those people to seek help. Not all mental illness causes issues related to harassment, but a big one in the article calls out is borderline personality disorder, which can be a catalyst for people to lead harassment brigades on those they deem evil.
I would agree with that to a certain extent. I do think there's a lot, let's be serious. If you don't have one person with one person that's diagnosed with autism in your group, you're not playing, or you're not playing right. Okay, that's all I can say. Like I can guarantee you, there's at least one or two people that are maybe on the spectrum when it comes to role playing games in any given group, and there's you've met them, and if you don't know them, it's probably you. That's all I gotta say. I think Diversity and Dragons had another good one. He kind of went more on, well, this is a Zach problem, but I still think it's worth talking about and worth looking at. So will we go with this?
I've spent the last few days biting my lip. It seems clear, if you read the harassment article, that the character assassination of anyone with conservative or libertarian leanings is unbelievably completely justified in the mind of everyone in the article, including the author herself.
Most definitely. Look at what she did at the very start. Oh, incels. All chuds. And even whenever they were talking, they're like, well, it's okay to use these tactics against the bad people, the bad people. And you know what, I would any of these people that I would say there's a good few people that are mentioned in this article. If they were to target me or whatever, how many people would stick up for me? I don't know. I don't think many people would. I'm quite isolated myself, and I'm okay with that. If I be honest with you, I don't really want to get mixed up with other people, because it's hard to find people online that you can actually trust a lot of the time. Let's be real. It can be difficult. Let's keep going. What else does he have to say?
Apparently, the only terrible thing was how the shithead leftists tried to ruin their own. Heaven forbid. Their horrible nature is apparently only horrible when they stray from the acceptable targets on the right. So please do me a favor. If that is your only problem with what happened, that a degenerate asshole like Zach finally got a taste of what his side routinely serves up, kindly get fucked. We've been canceled, Nazi'd, and been labeled pariahs for over 20 years online. It sucks, but we're a lot fucking stronger for it because we're stronger people mentally. Leftism is poison. And the sooner some of you ostriches get your fucking head out of the sand and stop pretending you're one of the good demons, the happier you'll be in life.
I would say I would agree with that quite a bit, if I be honest with you. And again, I feel like honestly, even talking about this, it can be quite dangerous. It can be, because finally it's only a matter of time before these people, anyone who's talked about this article has got some form of backlash already. It could be very easy for me to just not talk about it. But look, we had Alex on not all that long ago with his one, and he got banned from all the big subreddits, and his campaign did amazing. His Kickstarter did absolutely amazing, but his book is absolutely amazing, and it's well deserved. He's good at what he does. But by him being banned from Reddit, that's a big marketing tool to these people, and I could easily say that I think he easily lost out on like £100,000 or $100,000 easily just by not being allowed there at all. And this is what Alex had to say as well. Anyone who still doesn't believe that cancel culture and whisper networks exist can prove the strength of their belief by saying something nice about me on subreddit OSR and subreddit RPG. I feel like that's the best way to end it. Is there there anything else you want to cover, Garbo? There has been a lot of other stuff, but this video's big enough, and I don't want to bore people with it. And frankly, again, does this really concern me? Not really. I feel like, again, I've really tried to work my way to be isolated from a lot of these problems, and I've been working on a lot of contingencies. I work on a lot of other companies that aren't related to role-playing games. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I've got Gumroot set up. So even like, you know, even if I was to be cancelled on, say I got completely banned off YouTube tomorrow, it wouldn't affect me. Like, it would affect me, but it wouldn't be game over, you know. And why is that? Because I've seen it happen time and time again, and I've prepared for it. I've lost 2 major channels before, and all my channels at the minute are shadow banned anyway. So, you know, I don't know. Oh, where do you want to go, Garbo? Is there anything you want to cover? What's this one? Feminist outrage? The fuck is this?
I only have one word for you people, is that you grape-sucking faggots can go fuck yourselves. I'm not scared of you. I'm not. You're all bitches. Fucking come at me. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. I like to keep my arm's length from these types. They're not worth getting intertwined with. But the problem is, it wouldn't be so bad if they just kept to them fuck themselves and they left it themselves, but they don't do that.
They can't. They are rabid pit bulls loose in a schoolyard full of kindergartners. They're all about attacking what they can't
control.
Either have or control.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what? If I can control this guy because he works off coffee or has a gum road, I've attacked him other ways because they had it easy. Like, oh, we'll get the chud removed from YouTube. Haha, take that, chuddy. But now there's alternatives, and they fucking hate that shit. So they gotta do a smear campaign.
And anyone, I would say this to anyone who is thinking about doing anything online, you need to have contingencies. Because if you want to be able to actually speak your mind, you will be targeted. That just goes without saying.
Even then, if you are targeted, who gives a fuck? These people ain't shit. And what are they gonna do? Hurt your feelings? Go fuck them.
Like,
who cares?
And the thing is, as well, like, you know, if someone writes something about you and people just believe it wholesale without like looking into themselves, you wouldn't have.
Then they were never your people.
Yeah, you would like, you know, you wouldn't have wanted to. You don't want them to begin with. You know, you don't really want to. Like, if you, like, Garbo, there's, like, let's just say there's a lot of people that we've met online. There's some people that would be like, oh, you know what? I'd love to be able to work with you, and I really like your stuff, but I can't, because if I did that, my audience would, like...
All the time.
My audience...
When I was part of that... So I was part of that fucking...
Don't be saying too much. Keep code words. Don't...
I'm not. There's a secret Discord channel for content creators, which was ruined by a tranny, by the way. And all the time, like, I would tell guys, hey, you want to come on with me and James? And they'd say, no, I can't. I was like, well, why not? Well, because, you know, people won't like it. And I was like, who gives a fuck? But these people are slaves.
But
the money generated.
So they've courted audiences of people that they don't even like. Does that make sense?
That are rabid attack dogs.
Like they've decided, I want the money. I am going to take the money because that's what I want. And there you go. That's what you're stuck with. You know, you end up with a lot of...
I want the money!
I don't want to be able to actually speak my mind. I don't want to have, like, my own opinions, my own thoughts, my own worldview. I don't want to be able to share that with anyone. I just want to preach to the choir, tell people exactly what they want to hear, and yeah, I'm happy with that. You know, it's like, how the fuck can you live with yourself, man? How the fuck can you live with yourself? That's bad.
Well, see, it's how I started that. I was like, you know what? I'll just toe the line. I'll make them the money, and I was like, you know what? This fucking sucks, absolute cock. And I'm tired of doing this. Because I tried the whole narrative thing at first before I got hold of James, and like I did a few small things here and there. You can find them on like early, I don't know, 2018, 2019 YouTube. I did a few narrations for like these more or less Reddit store retailers, and I was like, these people are this shit sucks, and like it's not worth selling your soul for.
No,
like, it really is not.
No, it's not. And I think that's what a lot of people have done. Can you imagine like getting involved in like something like you're totally passionate about? Like, a lot of people love role-playing games. The idea of being able to do that as like your job is absolute S tier. anyone, like, so many people would give anything to be able to do that.
It's the dream.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, there was a good expression I heard about being rich. Being rich is being able to wake up in the morning and choosing what you want to do with your day. And I think that's the way I view being rich. I consider it like, okay, I may not, I definitely could be doing a lot. I would be doing so much.
The allowance of choice.
I would be doing so much better for myself if I just shut the fuck up and towed the line and didn't say anything. I would be so much more successful. But would I be? Would I be able to live with myself knowing that I'd sold my soul? No.
Would you be happy?
No, I definitely would not.
I made it. I made it.
For how long? For how long? You know? That's where I feel like that's where I want to end it. I'll link to all this sort of stuff down below. I'll try and put in as much as I can. For anyone that was like mentioned in this article, please don't go after them, because then you're no better than they are. Like, you know, they've got their own little minions, and I expect to hear from them in the near future just for doing this video, just for talking about it, because everyone who's already done videos talking about this subject already has seen that. So please don't join in. Don't stoop to their level. That's all I can really say to you guys. Is there anything else? No?
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Also, yeah, here, check out the links, check out Garbu's book, check out the website, check out the models. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm not going to update it unless something incredibly big happens, because I don't want to turn into some gay fucking drama channel, essentially. It's like fucking, what do you call that fella? No, what do you call it? Keemstar of RPGs.
Oh, Keemstar.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoy.
Keemstar.
Yeah, fucking drama word. Oh my god, is anything more homosexual than fucking gay online drama between actual like adults?
Yeah, they're called sour grape sucking faggots. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
only thing gayer.
Yeah, it is the only thing gayer. Anyway, look, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think down below. If you stayed through it all, oh my god, I don't know how you managed that. We're coming up on 2.5 hours here. Anyway, see you guys about. Bye-bye.